safe and removed. You never get hung up. Never.
Move it down. Is that better? Thanks to all of you for being here, and thanks to Rick. And also thanks to the Colorado Plateau, which has provided all of us with a lot of inspiration. I'd like to start out by reading Michael Cabote's poem, Grand Canyon National Park, which appears in Going Down Grand. I'm not used to microphones, sorry. All right. Grand Canyon National Park by Michael Cabote. Mike, look at how pretty the canyon is, Francis shouted. I can't look. I'm driving. Besides, I will make my final journey to the underworld through the Sipapuni, I answered. A spiritual place, our symbolic womb, Kiva, the place of emergence through which we enter our underworld heaven. The Grand Canyon, discovered in 1540 by Pedro de Cardenas, the National Park Service pamphlet read. I smiled, knowing that my people always knew the Grand Canyon was there and didn't need to be discovered. Cardenas came with Hopi guides, and I learned how lies are twisted to sound true. But on my final journey, I promised to stop at all the sightseeing points, to mingle with the tourists, and give them my last earthly trinkets before I descend into my eternal womb, Kiva. And the rest are by me. They were given to me by the Grand Canyon. Home feet. I couldn't read this without bare feet, so I joined the barefoot poets. Instead of running rim to rim across Grand Canyon in 1 day or 8 hours, what if everyone were required to walk barefoot, leaving all shoes in a bin at the North Kaibab, South Kaibab, and Bright Angel trailheads? No shoes or socks allowed. Instead of the head's big ego conquering the trail, let the whole heart, the skin, and all the senses witness and experience. Instead of taking the canyon, what if we let the canyon take us slowly down, from Kaibab to Coconino, Hermit to Esplanade, from Supa, Weskogame, Makacha, Warahomagi to Redwall, Temple Butte, and Muav, and then Bright Angel Shale to Pete's and Vishnu Schist, and all the way back up again, past prickly pear, agave, snakeweed, horsetail, Arizona grape, skunk bush, single-leafed ash, Apache plume, Mormon tea, mahogany, live oak, cottonwood, cliff rose, redbud, juniper, pinyon, primrose, Oregon grape, Douglas fir, ponderosa, aspen, spruce. Tasting the air, smelling the canyon, feeling sensations between each toe, knowing every step, changing the cellular structure of your soul to accommodate the beauty, strength, and powerful magic that is the Grand Canyon. Thanks. Fence Fault. This is the poem that appears in the book. Ravens watch from the rocks. A ladybug drops from a tree. Frigid green rapids snap at stony edges. What more can we give to this world? Nothing but walking here softly, with our eyes wide open to beauty, with our hearts, wide open to beauty, with our eyes catching rainbows and shadows. Downstream from the condors perched at Navajo Bridge, we offer our footsteps on sandy riverbanks peppered with willows, gently tossing their long heads near the Redwall Spring, screaming with yellow monkey flowers. This next poem was written while I hiked the Arizona Trail. A couple years ago, I walked from Mexico to Utah, and I wrote a book about that I self-published, and that's entitled Memorizing Shadows. This poem is called Grand Canyon. Lava desert rolls in hills of pinyon and juniper stretching forever to each horizon. Nothing south of the rim indicates the chasm exists, beyond mere glimpses of Kaibab limestone, far away, covered in trees. There is no warning until the trees part and your feet pause at the edge of that stunning gorge. And oh, how the early ones, not knowing, must have felt their hearts sink to their toes upon seeing this obstacle, this impenetrable canyon, so disappointing to white explorers who declared the region valueless. But here I am, 155 years after Colonel Joseph C. Ives said nobody would ever visit. Burnt cinnamon vanilla-scented ponderosa trees share the view, And no matter how many times I stand at the rim, each time is new. As part of my job on the North Rim, I get to meet a lot of really amazing people, and some of those folks sneak their way into my poetry. So this is for Annie. Sublime. I want to be as strong as Annie Eminger, out at Point Sublime, nursing pancreatic cancer, cloaked in a glorious purple dress with bright eyes and a courageous smile, radiating love. Despite not knowing how much longer she has to live, she still gives arms full of hugs, even to strangers. Bowing to the supermoon, she gives thanks, knowing it might be her last hug, her last moon, her last breath, here, where her ashes will ride the breeze, where her spirit will sing joy into all of us. She witnesses the Grand Canyon each day, pain and beauty, watching the dirty red Colorado snaking its way to Crystal Rapids, giving life along the way. She watches, hoping all of us will see it too. Thanks.